There's one mistake that almost every man makes when he starts caring about someone, and it feels like love while he's doing it. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why it backfires, why it can make her respect you less, not more, and what to do instead. It usually doesn't happen all at once. It starts small. You meet someone you really like, and to show her how much she matters, you start saying no to other things. Guys' night? Skipped. I'd rather be with you anyway. The gym? Optional. I'll go tomorrow. Your friends start hearing maybe next time a little too often, and every time it feels justified. You tell yourself, this is just what a good partner does. I'm prioritizing her. Isn't that what love looks like? Let's walk through how this usually plays out. A guy starts dating someone new. In the beginning, he had a full life. Friends he saw weekly, a hobby he was genuinely into, plans that didn't depend on anyone's approval. 3 months in, most of that is gone. Not because she asked him to give it up, he just started choosing her every single time over everything else, slowly, without noticing. And here's the part that surprises most men. She starts pulling away. Not because he did anything wrong, but because the man she's looking at now isn't quite the man she met. He's more available, more agreeable, easier to manage, and somehow less attractive. To understand why this happens, you need to understand two different kinds of value. Subjective value is how she feels about you in the moment, your attention, your time, how present and responsive you are. This is real, it matters, but it's also entirely dependent on her perception, right now, today. Objective value is different. It's what anyone, a friend, a stranger, even she herself would see if they stepped back and looked at your life from the outside. Your friendships, your routines, your sense of direction, the things that exist whether she's in the picture or not. Here's the trap. Giving more of your time and attention can raise subjective value short term. She feels prioritized. It feels good for both of you. But every hour you take away from your own life is an hour you're not investing in your objective value. And objective value is the foundation. It's why she was attracted to you in the first place. Think of it like this. Subjective value is the spotlight. Objective value is the stage. You can shine brighter in the spotlight all you want, but if the stage underneath you is shrinking, eventually, there's nothing left to stand on. Here's where it gets worse, and this is the part almost nobody talks about. When your world shrinks down to just her, your friends drifted, your hobbies disappeared, your routines reorganized entirely around her schedule, something fundamental shifts. She becomes your whole world, and if this relationship were to end, you wouldn't just lose her. You'd lose your social life, your sense of identity, your sense of direction, everything. And here's the thing about fear of loss. It's not invisible. People can feel it. It shows up as neediness, as checking in too much, as getting anxious when she's distant for a day, as agreeing to things you don't actually want, just to avoid conflict. Early in the relationship, she may have been the one more invested, more afraid of losing the connection. That's often part of what created attraction, the dynamic of two people who both have something to lose, but neither is desperate. But the more you give up your own world, the more that fear quietly migrates onto you, and the entire dynamic flips. Here's the reframe that changes everything. Respect isn't about being good to someone, it's about being worthy of respect. These sound similar. They are not the same thing. A good man cancels his plans the moment she asks. A man worth respecting keeps his commitments. and chooses on his own terms when and how to make room for her. A good man agrees with everything to avoid conflict. A man worth respecting has opinions, preferences, even disagreements, expressed calmly, without needing her approval to feel okay about them. A good man is available 24/7, always responsive, always there. A man worth respecting has a life that's still running when she's not around, friends he sees, things he's building, places he goes. None of this means being distant, cold, or playing games. It just means not disappearing. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Good, in this sense, often reads as low value. Not because being kind is bad. Kindness is great. But because constant availability and agreement signal that you don't have anywhere else to be. And people, not just women, anyone, respect what's earned and chosen, not what's freely given without limit. At this point, some guys push back. So I should just prioritize myself? Isn't that selfish? Isn't a relationship about sacrifice? Fair question. Here's the answer. Healthy relationships aren't built on two people merging into one. They're built on two whole people choosing to share their lives. When you give up your friends, your hobbies, your sense of self, you're not becoming more devoted. You're becoming less of a person to share a life with. And on some level, even if she can't articulate it, she feels that loss too. Keeping your life intact isn't selfish. It's actually what makes you someone worth building a life with in the first place. The version of you with friendships, hobbies, direction, and standards is the version she fell for. Protecting that isn't taking something away from the relationship. So, practically, what does this look like? Step 1. Take stock. What did your life look like before this relationship? Friendships, hobbies, routines. Be honest about what's quietly disappeared. Step 2. Pick 2 or 3 things, non-negotiables. Not everything, just the things that were actually core to who you are. A weekly thing with friends, a hobby, a morning routine, whatever it is for you. Step 3. Protect those without making it a big announcement or an ultimatum. You don't need to say, I'm taking my life back. You just show up to the things that matter, consistently, calmly, as a normal part of who you are. Step 4. Notice your own pattern of automatic yes. The next time you're about to cancel something for her, pause. Ask yourself, am I doing this because I genuinely want to, or because saying no feels uncomfortable? That pause is where everything starts to change. The man she fell for had a life of his own, friends, interests, a sense of direction that didn't depend on her approval. Don't let him disappear. If this helped you see something differently, subscribe. We break down exactly this kind of psychology every week. Decode her. Decode ye.